Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't heard me already, I'd just like to start with an urgent and important announcement on behalf of Naomi and all the park staff here. If you're feeling a little bit sick and your stomach is a little bit dodgy, this is serious now, it's not the food. You've probably just married Tom Hughes. My name's VJ, I will be your best man for this evening. So, thank you. My speech should last for as long as it takes for the groom to make love. Now, unfortunately, a 30-second speech will not be appropriate. So we'll just see how our punches roll and just take our time, okay? A wise man once said to me, when I say wise man, wise old man, my dad, once said to me, VJ, in this life, you're lucky to have one best friend. I feel like a lucky man today, honestly, because I have two. I've got my little brother Neil, who sat down there. He's my best friend. And I have John, the barman. Hi John, how you doing? Great bloke, which I'm sure many of you will be getting to know very well, very, very shortly. But seriously, Tom has been my best friend for 23 long years now. Can you believe it? Plenty of things together, but more importantly, as well as being our best friend, he's my brother to me. Honestly, we've grown up together just down the road, always around my house eating my mum's food. Stella mentioned it earlier, the liquor, but literally eating my mum's food. And I'm pretty sure my parents would rather have him than this guy here. A wise man called Ferris Bueller, I think so many of you grew up in the 80s, once said, life moves pretty fast, and if you don't stop and take a look around once in a while, you might just miss it. I would like you all now to just take a look at the person to your left and savour this moment. Take a good look. Look at them, to the left, you guys, you definitely look. To the left.
They're supposed to be looking at me.
Up and down.
Like that?
Oh wow.
Hi.
Now, the chances are you probably looked at someone you love and care about. That is, of course, unless you're a mover. I just thought to myself, Tom is a very lucky man to have a lady like you. Because, in terms of, I've known you for so long now, and honestly, it feels as if I've gained a sister today, not just a brother. But whenever I see a good-looking girl like you, Mufa, and guys, she looked good-looking, come on. Whenever I see a good-looking girl like yourself, Mufa, with an ugly bloke, I always think to myself two things. One, either the guy is rich, or B, he's hung like a donkey. Now, unfortunately, Tom did not inherit the June tripod. Okay? But I hear he's working on the getting rich part. But seriously, today... I would just like to say, thanks, it's not just me here that's made things happen, but you've got the groomsmen, the ginger trio over there, so you've got Rennie, Sam and Will, great guys. Absolutely awesome blokes. When it comes down to it, they would do anything for Tom, come rain or shine. The bridesmaids, I'm really sorry, Steph. Mom, I'm sorry. Speaking of the stag, asked me just once. I mean, if we're going out, we're going to have a good time, don't worry, we'll take care of Tom. And she said, VJ, you know the line. Now, these words echoed with me. The line meaning you know the boundary not to cross. If anyone knows me here, you know I do not know the boundary. Okay? There's a grey line that's like a mile wide, okay? And I knew at that moment She literally stared at me and gave me a cold, hard look. It was the sort of look that Pauline gives to me when I bring Tom back home after a few strawberry daiquiris, you know. Oh, you're going back home like that again. Yes, I know. When we went out, I think part of it being a stag is you've got to be sure about certain things. And I had to ask Tom, are you sure about getting married to a moofer? You had to. And he looked me in the eye, I'm not even joking, he looked me in the eye and said, BJ, I've never been sure about anything or anyone in my life. And you know what? That's when my bottom lip started going. And I thought, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. Literally about 15 seconds later, he was throwing up Jaeger bombs all over. It was just the most disgusting thing you have ever seen in your life. It was bad. And then he started, like, when he's really badly drunk, I don't know if but he literally starts going, why, BJ, why, I hate you. What is he playing at? Come on, Tom. Now, I said to Tom, I thought, you know, being the best, I'd give Tom some words of wisdom. And from me, that's probably not the greatest argument, to be honest. An hour ago, Jim, what words do you have, you know, that you could pass on as, you know, marriage and inspiration? You know, you've been married to Pauline for a long time. And he goes, BJ, it's all about having a sense of humour. Do you see me smiling? And I was like, in terms of Tom, there's a lot of things that people don't know about Tom. Like, he played table tennis for England as a youth. He had some skills, 2 bats and a ball. But more importantly, he still has an enlarged pectoral muscle through all that table tennis, you know, bat and a ball. So literally, I like to call it his man boob. Yeah? One little peg, just up and down, bouncing. Now, yeah, good luck to that, Amufa, because you've got to spend the rest of your life with that. Now, Tom's first job.
When are you getting married?
Now, Tom's first job, strawberry picking. Yeah? He managed to last 6 hours before he got fired. Yeah? Yeah? 6 hours of just working hard, fired after his first 6 hours. Unbelievable. It's like 1 for the punnet, 6 for my mouth. You know, Loved it. Loves a bit of strawberries as that Tom. Now, I think the best quality about Tom is his perseverance. Tom is the hardest working guy I've ever known. Literally, what he doesn't have in talent, he makes it with effort and enthusiasm. You do, Tom, come on. I think nothing was so true. On the 26th of April, 2009, Tom ran the London Marathon. Now, we have a saying, go hard or go home. We're from Retford, yeah? You go hard or you go home. I hope that resounds to you. Well, on that day, Tom went hard and he went home. He ran 25 miles of a 26-mile marathon and managed to collapse. Taken to the hospital and didn't finish. Can you believe that? But I think what's more important though is that literally the next year Tom got himself back up, ran the marathon, did it in an awesome time, and that just shows testament to the guy, because if you give up, then you're not going to learn anything in life. Because Tom, when you told me you wanted to marry Mufa, I knew that was the greatest thing you've ever said to me, just because I knew you were going to do it. Because when it comes to perseverance, Tom, you know, you are the man. Amufa, I literally love you to bits. I just want to leave you with 3 things which I think are very important. Yeah? Number 1, that you take care of this guy. He's a great bloke and I love him to bits. And I don't think in 23 years you can't really sum it up in this short amount of time, but love him to bits, I know you're going to take care of him. Number 2, let him come out once in a while, you know, he still wants to play his computer games, have a bit of a laugh with the lads, have a few beers, why not, relax, yeah? But more importantly, Aoife, tonight, if you're throwing the bouquet, make sure my girlfriend is out of the room, okay? That is really important, okay? And now, I'm well, I'm going to be in trouble later. You are. But I just wanted to talk about how Tom and Aoife first met. Now, Tom and Aoife, I like to think I was quite instrumental in that because Tom knows me, I know my sister, obviously, and my sister knows Aoife, and Aoife knows Tom, and the rest is history. But more importantly, when they met, you know, having a good time. She actually found him interesting, which is first of all a bit of a shocker. And then next of all, the following morning they wake up. That's a joke, by the way. Didn't you? Come on. And Aoife wakes up with the following. Tom comes back to us, you know, having a good night. He's telling me about how he met a great girl. The following morning, Aoife wakes up in a bed all alone. Just let's reiterate, she was all alone. That was a bad joke, you know, that was really... Yeah. She wakes up all alone. And she starts thinking to herself, oh, have I met my knight in shining armour? Have I met the one? Because that's what you all girls think. You think, oh, you will. And I've got a little extract here of what she wrote in her journal record. Just dropped it. The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup,
I say a little prayer for you.
Oh, I comb in my hair now. I'm wondering what dress to wear now.
I say a little prayer for you.
Forever and ever,
You stay in my heart, and I will love you forever and ever, and never will part. I will love you forever and ever, and never will cease to live without you. You're only the heartbreak for me.
I run for the Bastille. While running, I think of us dear. Still cry for you. I work, I just make time, and all through my coffee break time.
I say a little prayer for you.
Forever
And ever, you stay in my heart, and I will love you forever and ever, and never will part. And I will love you
forever and ever. That's how it must be to live without you.
You're only the heartbreak for me.
My darling, believe me. There's no one but you. Please love me true. That's his prayer now, baby. Guys, everyone, forever
And ever, you stay in my heart, and I will love you forever and ever. We never will part, and I will love you forever, forever. That's how it must be to live without you. You'll only be heartbreak for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding now. Tom, you're the best guy I know. Aoife, I love you to bits. To Tom and Aoife.
Tom and Rita.
Thanks, guys.